So we're going to explore piñatas with polyhedra. So the idea is that I've given my students a broad selection of polyhedra models, and you can find these easily on the internet, and I'll link a book where you can make copies out of that. And we had to scale them up to create larger versions of these. And each student was able to pick a different one to create. So we used recycled cardboard, and then we're trying to think, how are we going to decorate the surface? So we thought it might be fun to explore the idea of piñatas. So I've got a few forms here, and this one has already been started, and we got that little fringe that kind of goes on, and each face is going to be a different colored fringe. So I'm going to show you how to make the fringe. It's pretty easy. You get a sheet of tissue paper, and what you do is just fold it in half, line up your one edge, fold it in half again, and again. And if you have a paper cutter, you can cut off 2-inch slices and have several of those available for you, or you can do it by hand. And then once you have your curls, we got the open end down here, then we're going to cut the fringe. So I'm going to cut halfway through. So if this is 2 inches wide, we're only going to be cutting 1 inch deep. And we do a whole bunch, one right next to each other. And that way you're not cutting individual strands of tissue paper, you're actually cutting a whole bunch at once. Okay, so now we've got our fringe that we can use to glue on. And if we're going to do a form like this, we actually want the fringe to be like the front edge. So you would glue that on with Elmer's glue and then rip off the end. And then the next one would go right above that. So the glue is only going on the unfringed part as you attach it. If you're going to do more of a solid form, like on this larger piñata I'm working on, we would put glue all the way around, and I'll show you that process. So I've got my Elmer's glue here, and you're going to use a fairly generous amount. And turn this. And one more time. And I just do a bit, and I use my finger to smooth it on there. I don't want to spread it thin. I actually want it kind of thick on there. It feels like it might be a little wasteful, but it's going to work out just fine. And then I take my fringe, and we don't want to start at the base. We actually want to start at the end. So I'm touch it to there, and then I coil it around. See how now I'm going back about 1 inch from there. Wrap that on, another inch, and I keep creating a coil as it goes around and around. And wherever the piece ends, that's where I start with my next piece. So I could go ahead and tack that on there, go around and around until I finish it. When you're done putting it on there, then you just kind of want to pet down the surface so that as much of the tissue as can will touch the form, and then you'll have a nice texture all over your piñata polyhedra. Again, there's going to be some extra information in the links that'll take you to my blog where I've got the whole lesson laid out for you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.